It's time to meet your mentors. Hello, everybody. This is KCSB FM in Santa Barbara, 91.9 on your radio dial. My name is Kian Zamuda, and you are listening to Meet Your Mentors, where we talk with faculty and staff here at UCSB about who they are, what they do, and what life at UCSB is all about. So, as always, we have an awesome show for you, and that is because we have an awesome guest for you on the show, and that is right from the Computer Science Department here at UCSB. Please welcome Dr. Çetin Koç. Thank you for being here, Professor.
Hello, Kian. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too, and I'm glad you're here. So, I'd first like to start with, as we usually start generally for our shows, we just want to get to know you a little bit. So, if you could tell us a little bit about what classes you teach and what they entail.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm a very unusual person. I am a UCSB graduate. I don't know if you know about this, but I got my PhD from UC Santa Barbara.
Go Gauchos.
Where I teach, which is very interesting, I teach lower division and graduate level computer science courses. In the lower division, I have courses like Introduction to Computer Science, Problem Solving Using Computers, CS8, 16, as well as a little upper, for example, Computer Architecture, CS154. I'm pretty flexible because I am both an electrical engineer and a computer scientist, and so therefore I can really teach in both areas.
Yeah, a variety of classes.
At the graduate level, I teach courses in my field, which is cryptographic engineering, the field in which you make crypto processors, crypto hardware, and software. And so I have graduate level courses, usually 290 type of courses, we call them.
And by crypto, you mean exactly?
Encryption, decryption, and public key cryptography. Those are the technologies, methods, algorithms that allow us to securely do electronic shopping, as well as creating an electronic ID, doing electronic voting, and then securing our most important assets in the cyberspace.
Awesome. And we will get to that more in the second part of our show when we talk about your exact research areas. And next up, I just wanted to ask you, you mentioned you're a graduate of UCSB, and that's where you got your PhD. And I was wondering what exactly you did study for your undergrad and graduate careers.
I was born and raised in eastern Turkey, and so it's very close to Iran and Armenia.
Yeah.
And then in high school, after the high school, I went to Istanbul, where I studied electrical engineering at the nation's best university in Turkey called Istanbul Technical University.
Great.
After that, I found myself at the beautiful Santa Barbara. I actually had a short stint at Berkeley.
Oh, okay.
Well, finally, I think Santa Barbara was my destiny, so I ended up here in Santa Barbara. Yeah. And I was in the ECE department, but I ended up working with computer science professors and writing a computer science thesis. And then I ended up working with various universities as a professor at the University of Houston in Texas, at Oregon State University. And then I even went back to Turkey with my family because I wanted my children to learn Turkish in addition to their first languages.
Good, that's very important.
So then I ended up in Santa Barbara, and I'm very happy to be back here. And I really do like Santa Barbara and UCSB. I feel like when I'm teaching it, I'm paying back what UCSB had given me to bring to the level of professional and academic stature that I have.
That's wonderful. Yeah, definitely giving back to a lot of computer science and electrical engineering students, definitely. And before we get to our first break, I just wanted to ask you a little bit about what hobbies you have.
Well, very few. The most important being I'm a mountaineer. I climb mountains.
Really?
Yes, I climb 4, 5, 6,000 meter mountains
Wow.
to 20,000 feet generally. I haven't climbed Everest yet.
No.
I'm hoping someday I will go to the base station, at least, have the air, breathe the air there. But last summer, I took my son, who just graduated from Santa Barbara High School, to climb second highest mountain in Turkey. The summer before, I climbed the tallest one. I climb Mont Blanc in France. I climb many mountains. I'm a pretty slow but very steady and very determined climber.
Yes, slow and steady wins the race. That must have been some good father-son bonding time.
Yes.
And when you prepare to get on, what is your preparation like for these climbs?
Just keep walking.
Just keep going.
Yeah, just stay in shape. So I do walk a lot over the weekend. I walk 20, 30 kilometers every day.
Really?
During the week, yeah, I do walk. For example, I just create occasions for walking. One of my favorite things to do is to have coffee. So I walk to coffee. That is, I go from Harold Frank Hall or wherever I am. My lab is in Phelps Hall, so I walk directly to KCSB in Isla Vista, or sometimes as far as El Camino Real Center.
Really?
You know, just to walk around, so I can walk for 3, 5, maybe 8 miles. That's what I do.
Well, yeah, that will definitely prepare you for the endurance you need for mountain climbing.
Yes, that's what you need.
Yeah, great. Okay, so that'll take us to our first break. Again, if you're just joining us, we are here on Meet Your Mentors talking with Dr. Çetin Koç from the Computer Science Department here at UCSB. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about his research. For now, we're going to have a little song break. And funny enough, this next song is, first of all, a very good song. It's called Tango Notturno by someone named Isabel Bayraktaryan, and she is a Grammy Award nominated Armenian Canadian opera singer who is a UCSB faculty member. That's right, she's a Grammy nominated singer from the UCSB music department. Yet another reason why UCSB is amazing. And
maybe I should add, Isabel recently gave a beautiful recital at the, part of the MCC program. She is an amazingly beautiful, strong soprano, and
Yeah.
she sings great Armenian as well as Arabic song because she grew up in Lebanon. We are very happy to have somebody like her among us. Our students should really be interested in her beautiful voice and her songs.
oh yeah, she is phenomenal, and you're going to hear it right now, just how good she is. Again, this is Meet Your Mentors, and we are with Dr. Çetin Koç, and here comes Tango Notturno by Isabel Bayraktaryan. We'll be right back.
Ich hab an dich gedacht, als der Tango Notturno zwischen Abend und Morgen aus der Ferne erklang. Mein Herz ist aufgewacht, weil der Tango Notturno eine zärtliche Kunde deine Liebe mir sandt, dass du mein Schicksal bist, vor glücklich empfunden, als in einsamen Stunden ich vor Freude geweint. Ich hab an dich gedacht, als der Tango Notturno mit dem Zauber der Töne unser Herzen vereint. Wie die Liebe wirklich ist, das könnt ich euch erzählen, denn ich kenne sie sehr gut, ich weiß, dass sie schön
Hello there, we are back. This is Meet Your Mentors on KCSB 91.9 FM. You just heard Tango Notturno by none other than Isabel Bayraktaryan, a UCSB faculty member. That's right, that was the singer for the song you just heard, Tango Notturno. And she's a great singer. We're going to hear more from her later in the show. And we are here with Dr. Çetin Koç from the UCSB Computer Science Department, and he had something he wanted to add about his teaching.
Well, before we get into my research, I just want to say a few things about some special courses I prepared. One of the courses I taught last year was called Computational Thinking for Scientists. The idea was to teach computer science theory without actually teaching the practice, without learning programming languages and without learning how to write programs, run programs, actually learn what computers do, what they can do, what they cannot do. And I always like those courses, interdisciplinary courses. I just wanted to add it. The course is called CS2. I hope to teach it again next year. Looking for university support on that. So now maybe we talk about a little bit about research.
Yes. So cyber physical security and electronic voting are your research areas, correct?
My research is focused on creating good, usable technologies, strong technologies in cyber physical security. Why do I just say only cyber security, not say cyber security but cyber physical? Because I believe the real assets of any nation or any company or any person is really physical in value. Many of the cyber systems are only really dangerous if they physically damage us. So, for example, our electrical systems, our satellites, our water systems are much more valuable to us than our really, whether or not we have direct access to our bank accounts. Those things can always be remedied, but a physical damage would be much more important.
Right.
So we're looking into ways to protect nations' cyber physical systems that are under the cyber dimension, controllable remotely by computers from different places, like satellites, for example. So our research is really is in that area. Another very also important and practical area is electronic voting, and this is an area generally the academics don't like. If you ask any academic about electronic voting, the first thing they will tell you, it's not secure. However, the cars are not secure either. There are a lot of things that are not secure in the world,
right.
And electronic voting needs to be available to us because two reasons. There are a lot of people who cannot vote for physical disability or not being in place at that time, and many younger people prefer to use electronic voting as a means of participation in a democracy. I think that would be better, and I have received significant funding from civic-minded people who want to see this happening, and I think very quickly I will have a general-purpose electronic voting system, either applied in California or in Oregon in one of the vote-by-mail systems. And all those technologies, those very targeted areas, require research in cryptography, research in random number generators, cryptographic hardware and embedded systems. Those are the things that help me to build for the purposes of two things. Cyber physical systems, I want to make them secure. Electronic voting, I want to make it reliable. I want to make it trustable. I want to make it available for everyone. Those are my research purposes.
Yes.
So I have a pretty big lab. I have like 5 postdocs and 6-7 graduate students. Also undergraduate students come and visit me and usually sort of hitch on with the research and end up doing masters with me, and I have even some undergraduates who started with me and did their PhDs with me. It's just a long relationship.
Right. So your research is very constructive. It's a constructive research for our society, basically.
Yes, I believe so. It's probably less, there's a lot of theory, but I sort of hide the theory away and actually want to focus on the practical aspects, in our daily life.
Right.
Voting will be one of them.
Right.
We would love to have really, and you would love to just stay home and vote, or
Yeah.
if you're overseas, you're in Hong Kong for a conference, and voting time has come, you want to be able to vote your, local elections while you are in somewhere else, and it's very important and useful for new digital native generation.
Right. Yeah. And maybe increase voter turnout for younger people as well.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I did receive a lot of encouragement from our chancellor.
Yeah.
He's also very much,
Yeah.
he liked those ideas, and we get funding from very prominent people who are also funding UCSB in other ways, and I'm very happy to be participating in this.
Great. Great. Okay, so that takes us to the second break of our show. Again, we are here on Meet Your Mentors with Dr. Çetin Koç from the UCSB Computer Science Department, and we are going to have another song for you right now, and that song is a very good one. It is called Offering by an Armenian musician by the name of Ara Dinkjian. So this is going to be Offering, and we will be right back very shortly. Hello, everybody. This is KCSB FM in Santa Barbara, 91.9. My name is Keon, and you are listening to Meet Your Mentors, where we talk with faculty and staff here at UCSB about everything and anything, and it's a lot of fun. And today we have a very special guest on our show. His name is Dr. Çetin Koç from the UCSB Computer Science Department, and we have been talking a lot about his research, his academic courses, and hobbies. And now we're going to be talking a little bit about his advice for students. So, Dr. Koç, do you have any advice for our students here at UCSB?
Well, thank you. I guess we live in an age of information overload. And in that kind of environment that we are in, where the information flows towards us in very high speed, in very high intensity, I imagine the most important thing is focus. To find your calling and to focus on it, and then to pursue it diligently. Otherwise, if you let things just simply let it rain on you, then the only thing that will happen is that you will just get wet. You will just spend your time without having exactly a focus, an area of specialization, something that you can actually follow up later on. If there is one advice I can give you, no matter what you do, no matter what is your field, whether it is archaeology, economics, or computer science, find what you like in it and focus on it and just keep building upon that. That is the most important advice I can give you.
Focus in and hone in to that goal.
Exactly. And then just keep following and just make that your lifelong passion. Start from early age, having something that is you're really interested, and just keep learning that. You're in economics and you discover there is something called game theory. It's a method of explaining economic phenomena. Well, is it interesting? Yes. Well, if it is so interesting to you, make that your calling. Everything about game theory, learn it. Read it. Just keep learning. Everything else can really be secondary, but for you, game theory is it.
Yeah.
Needs to be. And in computer science, if it is programming of mobile computers or if it is databases, whatever it is, just we have to have really one good focus. That's what I would advise.
Great. And then, do you have any stories you'd like to share with us, funny stories or anything?
Actually, yes, I do. I thought about when you asked me, what would that be? I have a very unusual background. I was born and raised in eastern Turkey on the border of Armenia and Iran. And then I came to Istanbul, for college. After 5 months in the School of Architecture, I said, what? I need a field, but I can use more mathematics. Perhaps geometry, which is much more useful in architecture, wasn't my strong bent. So I decided to study electrical engineering. And during that time, I discovered a society called Turkish Mathematical Society that translates books from different languages, and very interestingly, mostly from Russian.
Okay.
So I started buying those Turkish Mathematical Society books translated from Russian to English and reading one after another. Usually, the Russian mathematicians love probability, they love statistics, they love mechanics. Okay, those books were a little bit boring to me because maybe they were far beyond me as an undergraduate, but I found one book. It's that calculating machines. That sounded very interesting to me, and I started reading. It turned out to be the book about algorithms. So that was the Russian book translated in early 70s that I found and in my hands. And I still keep that book, by the way. It's still in my summer house in Turkey. Whenever I see it, it's just, my God, I learned computer science from that book. Whoever that Russian guy who wrote that book in his own language, somebody translated to Turkish, and I read it, and that's really my story started. I got started being interested in computer science so early, probably as early as like Donald Knuth, who was interested in computer science, except that, of course, he was far ahead of me. I was only a student, and he was a professor of mathematics in computer science. So I believe that this is an interesting bend, because in the end, I ended up in the U.S. And at that time, during the 80s, when I was here, U.S. and Russia were in very unfriendly terms. So it was hey, and I came here with the knowledge of computer science or understanding of theory of computer science or what computers can do. I thought it's always an interesting to me that sort of ended up that way.
Yeah. That just chain of reactions that led to computer science. Yeah, that's great.
It really also shows you we live in a one single world. I think many of the ideas that people come up with are very simultaneous, and two people in two different places come up with similar ideas, or many hundreds of people come up with similar ideas. When they were trying to build computing machines or trying to design computer languages and write compilers in the US, Russians were more or less doing the same thing, except that they lived in a much closer society. They did not want it to be very open, but some books got translated, and hey, I got one. And if somebody asks me, what is the reason you become a computer scientist? That Russian guy, he wrote that book, and I became a computer scientist because of that.
Thank you, sir, for writing that book.
Thank you indeed. Thank you indeed.
Great. Okay, well, that was a great story, and that brings us to the end of our show. Again, we are here with Dr. Çetin Koç from the UCSB Computer Science Department. Thank you again for being on the show, Professor.
Well, thank you for really being a very good host. I'm very happy to discover about Stork Tower and this KCSB. Thank you for making it available for me.
No problem. It's my pleasure. Yeah, we're right here underneath Stork Tower. Again, this is Meet Your Mentors on KCSB 91.9 FM. We're going to keep going with some Armenian, Turkish, Persian music mix up in here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll be right back, and this next song is going to be... what is this next song? Oh, there it is. Fly Away by Omar Farouk Takbilek. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. This is KCSB 91.9 FM. My name is Keon, and you are listening to Meet Your Mentors, where we talk with faculty and staff here at UCSB about who they are, what they do, and what life at UCSB is about. And you just heard a couple of good songs, and these were choices by our faculty member who was on the show just earlier in the hour, about 10 minutes ago. His name was Dr. Çetin Koç. He was from the computer science department here at UCSB, and he was a wonderful guest. I had a wonderful time talking to him, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. And he happened to pick out some great music for us. That song you just heard was by a UCSB faculty member who has been Grammy nominated and awarded many, many awards. Her name is Isabel Bayraktaryan, and that was Lele Yaman. And, of course, Professor Bayraktaryan is from the music department, and she is a soprano opera singer, so she was very good in Lele Yaman. And then the song before that you may have heard was Fly Away by Omar Farouk Tekbilek. So we're going to be playing a little bit more of the Middle Eastern music genre for you guys, as this has been some, and we will be playing some more of Dr. Koç's favorite music. So yeah, these are some great choices, and I think you're going to enjoy it a lot. So up next, we have a very good song by a man that you may or may not know, but his name is Mohsen Namju, and this guy has a very good song. It is called Deli Zaram, and this is a Persian song, and I don't know how much this has to do with me being Persian that I'm picking the song, but I like it a lot. And of course, it was one of Dr. Koç's requested artists as well. So just a couple words about this song. The title of the song, Deli Zaram. It means literally my crying heart, but it's figuratively my broken heart. And it's a classic song of the pain of love and loss. So it's a very good song, and he has some classic Persian rhythms in there, but it's also contemporary with some rock and blues melody undertones, and it's very good, and I think you're going to like it a lot. So here comes Deli Zaram by Mohsen Namju and a couple others, and then we'll be right back after this. So this is Meet Your Mentors. I'm Keon. See you in a couple minutes.
زارم فغان کم کن تو اشک از دیدگان کم کن غم و ناله ز جان کم کن وای چه ناله ها که از دل به راحت نمودم من بهره ای از آن به عمرم به جز غم ندیدم من مرا کشته نگاه تو نشینم چشم راه تو که بینم روی ماه تو گشت سجدگاه من ماه من کعبه رویم دل شده اسیر دام خم و تابگی سویم بازا و بنشین یک دم که به لب آمد جان عزیزم از انتظارت قهر و جدایی بس کن که بسته دامم و مرغ دل شو چه کارت بحر تو می سوزد دل ولی تو نداری ز حال زارم خبری آب جگر سوزم را به دل تو زیبا ز چه نبرد خطری بیا بر من بیا و ببین که آمده بی تو چه به سر من مه کر من سیمین بر من بیا و ببین تو چشم تر من جان بوت دیرین جان شب پیشین جان که به خوابم ماهی آمد جان شده آقا دلم ای ما که تو پیشم خواهی آمد گذری کن نظری کن چه خوشندام و شیرینی دل ما را تو دلارا ز وفا تسکینی بت دیرین شب پیشین که به خوابم ماهی آمد شده آقا دلم ای ما که تو پیشم خواهی آمد گذری کن نظری کن چه خوشندام و شیرینی دل ما را تو دلارا ز وفا تسکینی بت دیرین شب پیشین که به خوابم ماهی آمد شده آقا دلم ای ما که تو پیشم خواهی آمد گذری کن نظری کن که خوشندام و شیرینی دل ما را تو دلارا ز وفا تسکینی بت دیرین شب پیشین که به خوابم ماهی آمد شده آقا دلم ای ما که تو پیشم خواهی آمد گذری کن نظری کن چه خوشندام و شیرینی دل ما را تو دلارا ز وفا تسکینی دل زارم فغان کم کن و اشک از دیدگان کم کن غم و ناله ز جان کم کن وای چه ناله ها که از دل به راحت نمودم من بهره ای از آن به عمرم به جز غم ندیدم من مرا کشته نگاه تو نشینم چشم به راه تو که بینم روی ماه تو گشت سجدگاه من ماه من کعبه رویم دل شده اسیر دام خم و تابگی سو
Ooh, what's up, everyone? This is KCSB 91.9 FM. My name is Keon, and you are listening to Meet Your Mentors. And we had Dr. Çetin, coach from the computer science department here at UCSB, on the show earlier. The song you just heard was Dil Zaram by Mohsen Namju, and that was one of Professor Coach's picks. We're going to have one more song after a little sports update. This is a little change, but I just thought I'd throw this in here this time. And I just wanted to start with the NBA. I don't know if any of you are NBA fans out there, but as always, the Golden State Warriors are doing amazing. They are 44-4. That's right, 44 wins, 4 losses. It's not even fair at this point. And as for the Lakers, they are just, like, we shouldn't even talk about them. Let's just say they're the second worst in the league. Okay, and moving on from the NBA, we have the Barclays Premier League, English Premier League soccer. If anyone follows English Premier League soccer out there, this is for you. Shout out to Leicester City for winning from Liverpool today, 2-0. Jamie Vardy had 2 goals, and it was quite a victory for them. They are 3 points ahead of Manchester City, and they are at the very top of the league. They are number 1. And Chelsea, go Blues. They are 14th. And Everton is 12th. But Leicester City, they're pretty good. 50 points. Yeah, they're a pretty good team. So, yeah, that's your sports update. Wanted to give some quick shout-outs. And, yeah, now we just have one more song. This is Meet Your Mentors, and we're going to be continuing on with the playlist. And up next we will have news, and tomorrow is going to be a KCSB sports broadcast in the evening, so be sure to check that out. And yeah, our final song is going to be Homecoming by Ara Dink Jian. So I think you're going to like it a lot, and here it comes. Hey everyone, you are listening to Meet Your Mentors. That takes us to the end of the show. You just heard Homecoming by Ara Dinkjian. Next week, we will have another great show for you, and that is going to be Tuesday again at 4 p.m. My name is Kian Zamude, and this is me signing out. And as always, go Gauchos! See you later.